Hello, everybody. It's adelaja here. Welcome to my charge to Nigeria and Nigerians. Today's topic is the Nigeria we lost. The Nigeria we lost. The more I study about Nigeria, the more I am shocked and bewildered at the opportunities that have been lost in regards to building a great Nigeria. And mainly the problem is corruption. In the 60 years of our independence, Nigeria has lost $20 trillion. This is statistics from the United Nations. $20 trillion. $20 trillion is like the size of America. It's bigger than the size of the economy of Europe. It's the size of the economy of the United States. It's bigger than the economy of Japan. It's bigger than the economy of China. That's what we have lost in 60 years. But today I'm only going to talk about the $200 billion that was lost in 6 years. Only in 6 years, $200 billion lost. And that's why we're in the crisis that we are in right now. Between the year 1999 to 2015. Between 1999 to 2015, $200 billion. You know what $200 billion means? If you set that amount of money, 200 billion, one by one, if you pile it up, yeah, $1 bill end to end, if you put $200 billion, change everything to $1 bill and pack it like this, from one to the other, it will go to the moon. That the distance that it will take you to put that $1 each, it will take you to the moon and come back 20 times. That is the distance it will take. You had me right. You might need to listen to that again. If you pile $20 billion in $1 bill each, $1 bill each, it could take you to the moon and back 20 times. What is $200 billion that we lost in 6 years alone? That $200 billion, that is the Nigeria we lost, the paradise we lost. Because that $200 billion could have created vaccination or could have provided vaccination for children, for all Nigerian children. It could have saved thousands and millions of Nigerian kids. Right now we are battling with coronavirus. We would have had enough money to take care of breathing, respiratory system for all the hospitals in Nigeria to be able to take care of the coronavirus. Right now, we have so many children roaming the street. 15 million Nigerian children are not going to school. That 200 billion could have taken care of all of them. In fact, 5 billion could have taken care of all of them. Nigeria Health Service could have been one of the best in the world if we just put $200 billion into health service. But right now in Nigeria, what do we have? Children are dying daily from common diseases like malaria, cholera, dysentery, and many poorly fed children are dying because of poverty. 200 billion will have turned things around for these children and for their own children also. That is what we lost in 6 years. It's a paradise that we lost. Can you imagine? We would have, with $200 billion, we would have built thousands of kilometers of roads. We would have constructed some of the best roads within Nigeria and between Nigeria and other West African countries. But right now, we have lost that paradise because many of our roads right now in Nigeria are nothing but death traps. 200 billion naira. I mean, $200 billion. What could that have done for Nigeria? If we've had that $200 billion, we would have had some of the best airline services. But right now we don't even have Nigerian Airlines anymore. Most people right now would prefer to trek rather than fly because so many people have lost their lives in plane crashes in Nigeria because of the corruption of our system, of our regulatory system. Our railway system is non-existent. I mean, it's like in the 20s. That is, even the new ones we are building right now is old-fashioned. That's because of the money. Can you imagine if $200 billion have been put into our railway service? That would have made us a modern Europe. And that's just what we lost in 6 years. $200 billion could have revamped our educational system. That is the Nigerian, the paradise that we have lost. Because with $200 billion, we could have built thousands of modernized secondary and primary schools. Our children would have come out of the streets and they would have, studied in a more conducive environment. If Nigerians that are overseas who left Nigeria, they are doing well because the environment is conducive for them. But the ones in Nigeria, they are struggling because the environment is not conducive for education. With $200 billion, our universities, our classrooms would have been made to be some of the best universities in the world. But right now, our children are running away to some substandard countries to just get admission to universities. $200 billion could have turned around their destiny and the destiny of universities and colleges of education and technical colleges in our country. $200 billion could have built and restored all our hospitals and make them first-class hospitals all over among the top in the world. That $200 billion that was lost to corruption. Right now, our health services is a sham and an embarrassment. Even we don't have primary health care services. Local governments, there are no hospitals. Even in some cities, it's just, the water is falling down and, the roofs are leaking. It's just horrible. But with $200 billion, all that could have been taken care of. That is the Nigeria, that's the paradise we've lost. That's the Nigeria we lost. With $200 billion, Nigeria would have taken care of the water supply system in Nigeria, because right now every family is providing their own water. There are no water in the villages, and as a result of that, there are so many diseases killing our people. Diseases connected to waterborne diseases like typhoid, cholera, and others, just because people don't have access to water. With $200 billion, we could have supplied water to every household in the country, and that money was stolen by just a few elite, only in 6 years. With $200 billion, the biggest problem we think we have in Nigeria is electricity. Now, that problem is still unresolved 60 years after independence. But $200 billion could have resolved that problem easily. With $200 billion, we would have not just been having 100% electricity supply, we would have been having electricity supply at the level of Great Britain and South Africa, just with $200 billion. But we lost it because some greedy individuals would rather take this and put it in their pocket. Can you imagine with $200 billion, what an electricity functioning, with electricity supply being at the level of the United Kingdom and at the level of South Africa? Can you imagine what small businesses would have done, how businesses would have thrived in Nigeria? That's the paradise we have lost, the Nigeria we lost. With $200 billion, we could have built a small Dubai in every state capital of our 36 states. With $200 billion, no state could have been struggling with paying salaries like they are doing right now. Just $200 billion that was lost in 6 years by a few unscrupulous Nigerians. What can I say? Can we still rebuild this lost paradise called Nigeria? I believe so. I believe we can still rescue our nation. We can still rebuild it and give our children a greater country and a greater future. For the love of God, church and nation. Peace. Sunday Adelaja here. If you believe in nation-building principles, please like this video, share it with your friends, and let's change our nations together.